The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 8:30 a.m. on Friday, 60 minutes to go until the opening bell, and we're getting non-farm payrolls as we speak, folks. Right now, we got markets in negative territory. We get the S&Ps negative by about 21 points, trading at 24.95. We were above 2,500 just within the last hour. Volatility going to spike on this jobs number coming out right at 8:30. We'll get to that in a moment. You get the Dow negative 176 points, 21,076. NASDAQ negative by 57 points. We've got the non-farm payrolls minus 701,000. We'll jump over to it. This number, though, folks, keeping it in mind, this is March. Things really escalating towards the end of March. A much better indication. Weekly jobless claims. Yesterday, 6.6 million. The prior week, 3.3 million. You're talking about 10 million jobs in the last 2 weeks filing for weekly unemployment claims. That number, the starkest of them all. Start things off. Let's jump over to the charts. And we will start it off with the indices. There's your NASDAQ 100, currently trading 75.60, made it as high as 76.50 just prior to 8 a.m. this morning. We were also up at that level at about 6 p.m. yesterday. You look at the acceleration, we had to lower prices just on Thursday to 73.80. Quite a strong finish to the markets. We'll see where we end up on Friday trading. Always interesting. Friday afternoon. Who wants to go short into the weekend? We'll see what happens. S&P 500, 24.97. Pretty muted response on this jobs number, as you may expect. As I kind of mentioned, this number really not as important as it normally would be. Payrolls dropping 701,000 in March. The first jobs decline, that is, since a while back, 2010. The first jobs decline since 2010 in a decade. The first time we've had a payrolls drop, 701,000 in March. Not really indicative of what's going on when you think about the fact that we just had 10 million people file for unemployment claims in the last 2 weeks. So S&P is trading at 24.97. Dow 30, 21,081. I mean, this volatility just since 7:45. We're looking at 15-minute bars here, okay, just to make sure, because these are some mammoth bars, folks. We trade up from 21,091. You trade up about 230 Dow points, and then you give it all back in the span of about 15 or 30 minutes. We'll see where the day shakes out. Crude oil, you want to talk about some volatility. You get the tweet yesterday from President Trump saying he had spoken to MBS from Saudi Arabia and that he was working with Putin and that they were going to be cutting oil. The market spikes to above 27. We trail back under 24. We make it under 24 again at about 1 in the morning. And check out that run. We're almost $4 higher on the price of crude, trading at $27.65. There's your gold contract, trading at 16.44. And the euro US dollar right now, 107.81. We'll pull over the headlines since this is going to be what a lot of people are talking about. But as I mentioned, don't read too much into this number, folks. You're pulling data from March 1st, and the world has traded a lot since March 1st. That is for sure. That number, job losses in March, could be just the worst in a decade. All right, so this is indicative of where we were. Nonetheless, let's back it up. On the positive note, jumping over to one of the stocks trading higher, who will it be? How about Elon Musk delivering for his shareholders? Tesla, with their earnings last night. You know, one of the things I was thinking about last night was just the general fact that there's so much going on in the market. In a normal environment, you would see Tesla earnings be on everybody's platform, ready for that number. I was completely completely unaware that Tesla had their earnings last night because we had so much going on in the market. But boy, did they deliver. 88,400 vehicles in the first quarter. Elon and CFO said Tesla should comfortably exceed sales of 500,000 vehicles in 2020. Executives also cautioned investors then its first quarter performance would be challenged by seasonality. At the time, Tesla only expected that outbreak to delay production in China by less than 2 weeks. Analysts had expected about 79.9 as of Wednesday, so they come in at about 88,000. Breaking it down by model, Tesla reported combined deliveries of 76,200 Model 3 sedans and Model Y crossover SUVs, and combined deliveries of 12,200 of the older, more expensive Model S and Model X vehicles. Both numbers beat analyst estimates. Analysts had expected combined deliveries of 68,000 Model 3 and Model Ys, and they were looking for 11,200 Model S and Model Xs. The estimates took into account the pandemic, which required Tesla to wind down new car production. Without the COVID-19 related shutdowns, the analyst consensus view was that Tesla could have delivered 95,500 vehicles, including 81,000 Model 3. So, I mean, check it out. Without COVID-19, analysts were looking for 95,000. They came in at 88. Remarkable pop for Tesla there. I'm going to jump in here. TSLA. Check out that acceleration. So yesterday, you close at 446. Elon announces to the world that they are back in a big way, and you trade up $100, folks, to $547. That's more than a 20% pop that you just traded up last night. You talk about volatility, though. Then you almost trade down 10% to a low of approaching, whether it's 506 right there. We're trading at $525 for Tesla. You're going to open about $70 in the positive. Quite a number for Tesla. Other stories out there, Disney. So they're going to be furloughing their non-union employees at theme parks, waives the annual pass fees. I am an annual pass holder at Disney. Great deal for Florida residents if you're out there and you experience it at all. I got myself a Disney annual pass, and I was wondering myself, I paid the annual fee, something like $150 or $200, I think, for the annual fee. Pretty great deal in the long run. What you do end up paying is that you end up paying sometimes for that fast line, because you show up to the park and they literally have waits of an hour to 2. So maybe you pay, whether it's $35 for a fast pass for the day or something like that. So you're still paying. But nonetheless, I wonder how they're going to contribute to this. Some people pay for their annual pass on a monthly basis. I pay for mine once in a year. And I'm not going to be able to go to Disney for a good 3-4 months. So I wonder how they're going to try and make that right, because it doesn't seem right that I paid for a year, they get all that revenue, and I can't go to their park for 3 months. I imagine that's going to come into play as they begin to open back up. But Disney furloughing, employers will receive full health care benefits, with Disney paying the cost of employee and company premiums. The entire Disney Parks Experience product segment has around 177,000 cast members. Quite a number, quite the experience Disney puts on for, DIS. Disney, one of the companies, been hit especially hard, of course, with the park shut down, movie theaters shut down, production on some of their films shut down. But keeping in context, Disney Plus, I signed up for Disney Plus within the last 7 days myself. You go from 153 down to 79. We're back to 96. In the long run, I imagine that company will rebound, but they got some tough roads ahead with parks shut down. Stay tuned, folks. I'll be coming back from the program. We'll see what else we have on tap for Friday trading. Right now, S&P's negative by about 6. The Dow negative by 77. NASDAQ negative by 23. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year, or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year, or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. A little bit of volatility in the markets. Right now, we're looking at an S&P that is flat, trading at 2516. You get the Dow negative 32. You have the NASDAQ negative by just 5 points. Checking out the charts, where we are in the action, you see the volatility. Putting this on a little bit of a shorter time frame for the S&Ps. There's your 5-minute action. You see the volatility on your 830 jobs number, but we've climbed higher. Looks like a little bit worrisome. I mean, not a big deal when you think about, we just had weekly unemployment claims, 10 million jobless claims in the last 2 weeks, and you're only talking about non-farm payrolls coming in at 701,000, but the first decline in about 10 years on that number. In terms of other stories out there, one thing I was reading this morning, and it would make sense, video game makers, sales of video games soaring as the coronavirus leaves millions trapped in their homes. We're very fortunate at TFNN that what we do online, a lot of our hosts already set up with studios to do their shows remotely, work from home. I myself had kind of, fine-tuned a studio myself within the last 3 to 6 months, as some of you know if you've been watching. So I already had the lights set up, the desk set up. I know there was kind of a rush for whether it was computers at Best Buy once the whole world realized that they were going to be working from home. I imagine a similar deal with desks, setups, that type of stuff. But what are you doing when you're at home? Some people, you're playing video games. Nintendo's latest installment of Animal Crossing franchise sold more than 1.8 million copies in its first 3 days in Japan. Meanwhile, Activision Blizzard's first-person shooter Call of Duty Warzone, which launched on March 10th, saw 30 million players in 10 days. I'm not a huge video game player these days, but what is amusing is that some of my friends, just personal experience, right? There's a free poker app out there that you can download, and it shows your face. And so it's just kind of a way for my friends and I to stay in touch when you can't be hanging out as much. That's a game we downloaded. That's a game we're playing. It's a free poker game, but it shows your face. You can communicate. You can do all that stuff. So it's interesting how that you're trying to stay in touch. You're trying to have some type of mental stimulation for sure. And video games, one of the ways as it comes out. Different headlines. You know, this is where on the day we get non-farm payrolls, on the day that we get the day after we get weekly jobless claims approaching 10 million. I mean, this is where you really want to try and figure out what kind of a rebound this market's going to get. You figure that out, you can be a very rich man or woman. Speculation out there, though, talking about how long is it going to take for Americans to recover the wages lost to the coronavirus. Speculation years, speculation, maybe we get that V turnaround. We'll see. We'll see. One story I want to touch on, not sure if you saw this story in the news yesterday, a couple days prior. So one of our ships, one of our Navy ships is just getting decimated out here, folks, by the coronavirus. They had, when I read the article, about 100+ people testing positive, and that number just skyrocketing. And you had the captain of that ship, okay, making a plea for the safety of his men and women aboard that ship, okay? And that captain's been relieved of duty for pleading for help with the outbreak on the aircraft carrier. All right, you don't want to get into politics, folks, okay? But there is something going on here that if anybody speaks out and says anything bad, you have the president calling governors complainers because they need masks and medical equipment. You have Navy ship captains getting relieved of duty for pleading for help for his men and women aboard that ship. All right, the captain's actions made his sailors, their families, and many in the public believe that the letter was the only reason help from our larger Navy family was forthcoming, which was hardly the case. The acting secretary of the Navy wrote. It's a bummer, folks. Those are our men and women putting their lives at risk, and you have the captain of that ship pleading for help in terms of saying, get the people on this ship off of the ship, test everybody, clean the ship, and protect our men and women because we're not doing a service to them by keeping them on the ship. Well, guess what? He's not on the ship anymore because that became a public deal. It should be a public deal. I read about it. Okay, we got to protect those men and women. If you have kids out there serving and they were ever on a ship that's just getting decimated, of course you would want the captain of that ship pleading to get those boys, the men, not boys, men and women off of that ship and out of harm's way. Tough story out there. In terms of what else, jumping around to some of the FANG stocks out here, seeing what kind of market action we have. S&P's now negative 11. Market's sliding off a bit as we're about 45 minutes away from that market open. My chart's a little slow to react here with a lot of market volatility going on. Come on, cooperate. No, it's not cooperating. There we go. Now this, of course, a daily, quite a daily chart we're looking at. Zooming things down into a 15-minute. Yeah, my charts are moving at snail pace speed, folks. And usually this happens when we have a lot of market reaction. And right now you see the volatility putting it on a 15-minute. That was at 7:45 in the morning, the high of 25.26. You made it down to under 24.90. We're trading at about 25.07. Some of those FANG stocks, Amazon, man, look at how slow that is. Amazon shares this morning, basically going to open up about flat, closed at 19.18 yesterday. Microsoft shares, all right, we're going to have to jump around because my charts are struggling to keep up here, struggling. 154.70, a bit lower. How about the VIX this morning? There's your volatility index. How about a 49 handle, folks? It's been a while since we've gotten a 49 handle. Putting this on a 20-day hourly to back things up. How about going back to the beginning of March? We're talking about almost a month that we have stayed elevated over a VIX of 50. That is staggering, folks. Usually you get these huge spikes up, quick pullbacks in terms of that volatility getting sucked out of the market, but we just stayed above 50 for a period of almost a full month. My cursor right now sitting on March 10th, the last time that I see it when we were there, that 36.24, I don't think that's a correct print. I believe that was erroneous. We made it up to 85.47. The VIX trading at about 49.88 right now. What else we have going on? Head on over to the front page of TFNN, folks. Basil Chapman announced a great all-day workshop that he's doing. Tax day, 12 days from right now, all right? So we know that it's not like you're going to be out on tax day meeting with all your accountants, okay, because that's not happening. Now, you can meet with your accountant. I'm sure that that's an essential service, but tax day's been pushed back nonetheless, and a lot of people just filing online. So if you're at home, you have some time, Wednesday, April 15th, right on the front page of TFNN, Basil Chapman, all day, 2-part webinar, okay? That's going to be from 9 till noon. from 1 till 4, so that's 6 hours of education, folks, okay? He's going to wrap it up with a half-hour review, prepare for the next day's trading session, technical tools based on the Chapman Wave methodology explained live, and all-day detailed online course, and following your choice of positions. So Basil's going to be talking about easy technical tools that can give buy and sell signals. He's going to alternate choices. He's going to be talking to the people that are in this online webinar all day, talking about what are you in, what are you going to look at, what do you want to, what are you considering trading right now, and what's the methodology you're using. Basil's going to be giving you his take. He's going to be going over all the attendees, seeing what they want to talk about. Every attendee can benefit from kind of what questions people are throwing out there. The technical tools that can initiate and keep you in the trade. Each technique will be discussed and practiced in detail. Question and answer will be answered immediately throughout the whole thing. Now, right when you sign up, you're going to get a booklet with the Chapman Wave technique sent to you to get ready. You get a free month of the opening call included. Current subscribers, you get a free month as well. Check it out on the front page of TFNN, and that will be archived, folks. Sign up now. That booklet will be on its way to you in no time.
Strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. S&P is negative by about 9 right now. We're going to jump around to a couple equities couple equities with market news, whether it's earnings. You have Constellation Brands out with their earnings, beating estimates. The numbers there. Constellation earnings per share 206, beating the consensus of $1.65. Quite a beat. Revenue above forecast as well. Constellation Brands, the maker of Corona, the beer, and other beers and spirits, also a huge stake in Canopy Growth. Revenue came in above forecast. The company not providing any full-year guidance due to the COVID pandemic. You saw the spike up to almost 140 from 132, but we've backed down. Going to open somewhere in the range of about 133 for Constellation Brands. Other stocks out there making news. I wanted to slide down to get some. So you have Lulu getting an upgrade. Checking out that stock, Lululemon. Closed yesterday at about 185, going to open basically flat at 185.50. Apple, they said they're going to keep their stores closed until early May. Shouldn't be surprising, folks. All right, we have a 30-day social distancing going on, at least until early May. And how about Bed Bath & Beyond? All right, postponing dividends until further notice, extending store closures at least until May 2nd, reducing salaries by 30%. This chart, folks, my goodness, they were already in trouble, a company, Bed Bath & Beyond. We just reached 352 yesterday. You want to see something scary? How about a 3-year chart from $40? Let's see if we back things up even more. How about $80 in the beginning of 2015, down to 356? My goodness. And yeah, another tough one. Dave & Buster's, they're going to be looking for a stake potentially from private equity. This chart, oh my God, check this one out. Quite a fall off just from literally, I mean, and it would make sense. You know, this is a stock, you just went from $48 down to $4, folks. I mean, nobody going to Dave & Buster's, and you climbed all the way back, which is remarkable, and that is on March 25th to $18, and now we're sitting at about $10 right now. Stay tuned, folks. Larry Pesvento coming up live at 9 o'clock. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with Tom. Don't forget, Basil Chapman, April 15th, full-day course, and check out the open house for the Tigers Den on the front page of TFNN. Sign up today. We'll be right back.